Welcome back to Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. You with Sonia over a cup of coffee. Let's get started with today. I really look forward to these Thursdays with all of you. So, I want to ask you, how are your confidence levels today? You know, this is a topic that I've been thinking for some time now, and I was waiting to talk on this because when we are starting our career, we need to be confident of whatever that we are planning to do or we are doing, whatever task is being given to us. Because if we actually gonna be having low confidence levels, we're never gonna be like succeeding in whatever task or whatever that is being given to us, right? Because having confidence in our own self is basically a strategy that we need to adopt if we have to embrace a world of endless possibilities, right? Because maintaining confidence is the key to success. Do you agree? I completely vouch for it. In my such a long career that I've had in the corporate world, I wouldn't have reached where I've reached if I didn't had confidence in my own abilities, in my own self, in whatever that I'm planning to do or I've done or I want to do. I wouldn't have reached where I am today. So it's purely because I had confidence in whatever that I was thinking, whatever that I was doing. I knew that I will be able to sail it through. Even if I fail, I will figure out another way to make things happen. If somebody is trusting me with some assignment, I will figure out a way to make that happen. Simple, right? But with that, we also need to acknowledge that every individual is different. There is no other Sonia as a person like me, right? I'm different. Somebody else is different. What my strengths and my weaknesses, they're all mine. Somebody else's strengths and their weaknesses are their own. Maybe my strength could be somebody else's weakness and my weakness could be somebody else's strength, and that's okay because you are your own heroes and heroines of your life, right? It's your life journey and you have to direct in which direction you want to go. So stop worrying about laying comparisons with other people and focus on what your life is all about, and you will realize that you will be confident because you would have rationalized things in your own mind, right? But that not always happens, right? Because when we are starting our career, one good thing is because we've done the right education, we've taken on good qualifications, so that is giving us a little confidence that okay, fine, we are excited for our job, but then we do feel a little shaky that whether we'll be able to do it well or not. And there are other scenarios ki job mil gaya, we got the job, but we don't have confidence in ourselves ki by fluke interview clear kar liya, appointment letter mil gaya, but we are not confident whether we'll be able to sail through the company or not. We don't know whether we'll be able to sail through 1 month or 1 year or 2 years. We don't know that, right? Because of the uncertainties that are going on in our mind. So that's where I think let's talk about what is stopping you from being a confident person. Why is your confidence level low? Right? So let's look at it. So I did a bit of digging. I did a bit of research. I spoke to a couple of parents who felt that their kids don't have confidence levels. I spoke to a couple of new youngsters who just started their career as to why their confidence levels are low. And I think whatever I'm sharing today is a gist of all of that, right? So let's get started. So I'm going to share 6 points with you where people feel that they have low self-confidence, right? So let's get started. The first one is when we face repeated failures in our school or colleges, or before we've started working, we have faced multiple failures in our life, right? Maybe we got bad marks, we failed in a couple of papers, we failed in a class, our teachers were not very happy with us, we were not able to submit our assignments on time, etc., etc., right? So that led to a low self-confidence in ourselves. And that's natural. The moment we start failing in our life, we start doubting our own self-worth, we start doubting our own capabilities. Are we good enough? Yes, you are good enough. You're much better than being good also. But because we need to acknowledge that failure is part of life, I did a session on embracing failures. You can refer back to it in a detailed note. It'll help you if you think that failure is stopping you from being a very confident person, right? So we need to acknowledge, first do a self-reflection as to why you're failing. Once you know the reasons why you're failing, then you can work on it. Simple, right? Till you don't analyze your own thoughts as to why you're getting these negative thoughts and why you're feeling that you're not confident, how will you work on it? So talk to yourself, get to know yourself, and then you'll be sorted, you'll be good to go, right? The second reason what people feel is that they start comparing themselves on with other people on platforms like Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, YouTube. People, when they start drawing comparisons as to, why the other person's posts are getting much more likes, they have so many followers, I don't have so many followers. Is it something wrong in me that people don't like what I'm posting on social media? Now, please, hello, you don't have to draw comparisons, because what you are trying to post is maybe not meant for the audience that the other person is posting. So don't torture yourself by drawing comparisons, because like I said, you are your own individual. You're not somebody else, and you cannot live somebody else's life. You cannot live the life of your friend or your relative or your cousin and even your parents. You cannot do that. You cannot draw comparisons even between your parents as well, right? So please stop doing that, and you will be sorted. You will get confident one day, and you will figure out your careers, right? Now, the third thing, which is very, very common, is lack of parental support. So if you're a parent watching my video, please give your unconditional support to your children. They need you at this time. So remember the support that the parents gave to their children when they started walking, when they started running, they wanted to bicycle. So parents used to hold them at the back so that the kids don't fall. This is also the first step your children are taking when they're starting their career. They will fall. So please help them and don't let them fall so below that, they're not able to get up. Give them, just stand behind them. If you feel that they're shaking anywhere, hold them, encourage them to move forward. Stand next to them, hold their hand and lead them forward. Don't tell them which direction to go. Let them choose their own direction, but then support them, encourage them, because that's all that they need. And if you watching my video and you feel your parents are not supporting you, then please have a heart-to-heart conversation with your parents. I used to do that. My father at times, I used to feel, when I was in my 10th standard, with my 12th, when I started my career, I used to feel my father maybe has some different expectations out of me, which I didn't had of my own self. So I used to have a very open conversation with him on the dining table, and I should tell him, this is what I'm planning, this is what I want for myself, this is going to make me happy. And it's not like he understood in one go, right? It took a little bit of more effort and more talking and more talking. One day he realized, and he was proud of me of whatever that I was doing with my own self, right? So you need to, and also remember that when you're talking to your parents, don't take it for granted ki ek baar baat kar li and they'll understand everything. No, it's not going to happen. You have to be patient. You have to be watching your tone. You cannot go aggressive. You cannot be angry. You cannot be rude with them, because even if you're saying the right thing, but you're saying it in a wrong way, it'll not be it'll not make it right. So they'll not take your viewpoint seriously. So make it a point that when you're not very angry, you've cooled down and you are able to reason out things, then have a conversation with them and do it multiple times. Do it time and again, and one day they will start supporting you, right? If there is anything else, you can just write in the comment section and we can talk about this more, right? Now, the next one is, we have that fear of speaking, or we have the fear of being judged. Kitni baar hota hai, you're sitting in a meeting and your bosses are asking for ideas and opinions on a particular strategy or a launch plan that they're making, right? And you have brilliant ideas in your mind. You've written it down on a piece of paper, but you are hesitating in speaking. Now, There is no point hesitating in speaking when other people are putting their ideas on table. And maybe your idea is the best idea. And even if it's the worst idea, how will you know whether it's a good idea or a bad idea till you do not talk about it, right? And many times, initial years of my life, it happened that, I had the idea and I was hesitating in speaking about it. And there was somebody in the room who had the same idea and spoke about it, and everybody clapped. Oh, very nice idea. And then I used to curse myself as to, Sonia, why didn't you speak up? This is exactly what you wanted to say. And after that, I was like, okay, even if I have the worst of the ideas, I will speak up, because till I don't speak up, I won't know whether my thinking is in the right direction. Am I making sense to other people or not? Right? So please remove this thing of you being judged. People will judge you even if you don't talk. So make it a point that they judge you after you've spoken, right? Why should you give that opportunity to other people to judge you when you've not even uttered a word, right? So give that opportunity to people to start judging you after you've spoken what you wanted to speak about, right? So start talking, start sharing your ideas, your thoughts, your emotions, because it's very important for your mental health, for your physical health, and for your emotional health. Only when you start talking, everything will fall in place, right? And it'll actually boost your self-confidence as well, right? Now, the fifth point is body image. We keep body shaming our own selves. Oh, I'm so fat, my skin is so dark, I've got dark circles, I've got pimples, my hair is so less. I mean, like or I'm not dressed up, I don't know how to dress up properly, I don't know how to wear makeup properly. We keep body shaming our own self, and we start comparing ourselves with somebody else's. Okay, fine. If you want to lose weight, figure out, work on your diet, exercise, and lose some weight if you have to lose weight. Or if you want to be beautiful, maybe start taking tips now. Go on YouTube, see some skincare routines, figure out your skin if you have to. But understand that, not that the most smartly dressed person is a successful person. Because if you're smartly dressed but you're not good at your work, one day company will throw you out no matter how good looking you are, right? But if you're average looking but you're very good in your work, you will go places. You will go places. So please don't have that mental block that only if I'm looking good can I succeed in my life. Please get rid of this, because that's harming your own self-confidence. Don't torture yourself with that, right? Now the last one is criticizing our own self. Again, body shaming to kar rahe hai, but we are criticizing our own selves. So instead of saying, replace some words and phrases completely from your life. So if your mind is telling you I can't, start telling your mind that I can learn, or I'm capable, or I want to try this. Start telling that to your mind. So if you're a person who every time says I'm sorry, and you keep apologizing all the time, instead of that, just say excuse me, thank you, I'm open to suggestions, etc., etc. So change your vocabulary. Like you're changing your wardrobe, change your vocabulary also, or change your words that are coming again and again in your mind. So if you're saying that, we've many times we feel I'm not good enough, instead of that, you just say I'm capable in a different role. I'm capable in these things. I may not be good enough in this, but I'm so capable in the other directions. So start motivating yourself with that, right? Instead of saying I'm not smart enough or I'm a failure in life, you can just say that I can bounce back. I'll learn from my failures and I'll bounce back. I'll figure out my way. This is not the end of the world, right? This is just the starting of good times ahead, right? So cheer up, do little bit of changes, and I'm sure you'll feel much better about it, right? Now there are few things I want to talk to you. Of course, I told you what is the thing that is holding your confidence levels, and I gave you a little bit of tips on that. But there are few things that I want to talk about also, which will help you improve your confidence levels. So first is love yourself. You need to love yourself. You have to be the heroes and heroines of your own life. right? Don't be the villain of your own life. So love yourself, pamper yourself, bring in positive thoughts to yourself, because that's the character that you will build for yourself. If you're going to be talking negative, you will become a negative person. If you're going to be talking demotivating yourself, you will be a demotivated person all your life. So please start loving yourself, because when you start loving yourself, you will it will reflect as a personality. People will start loving you even more, and that will boost your self-confidence levels. Loving yourself doesn't mean that you go keep talking good about you to the whole world. You don't need to talk anything to the world. You only need to talk to your own self, that I love myself, I will be able to work things out. Keep motivating yourself. That's all, right? And everyone has their own challenges that they're facing. Let them figure out, what is making your confidence level go down. Start talking to yourself about it. That why am I feeling that this is not going to work? Or why am I thinking that I'm not capable of doing this? Start talking to yourself, do a little bit of self-reflection, and you will figure out that, things are getting back to normal. And if nothing works, seek for support. Seek support from your parents, from your friends, from your colleagues, from your bosses. Make somebody a mentor and ask for support from them, that I need help in this. Because till you do not seek for support, you will not get support, because everybody will feel you're okay with it, you will figure out your way. But if you need help, then please seek for support, right? You need to do self-praise, pep talk, get out of your comfort zone. Because if you're in your comfort zone, which means that you are scared of getting out of that comfort zone, right? But you need to take that risk, get out of your comfort zone. Because please understand, self-confidence is the foundation for your career. You have to embrace it as your greatest asset, and nurture it through your self-awareness, your positive talks, because it's a skill that needs to be brushed up all the time. It's not like today you're confident and tomorrow you're like very low, again you're confident, again you're very low. These things will come and go, but then you have to keep working on this. It's a skill that you need to develop every now and then. Because I feel that the belief in your abilities and worth, it is laying the foundation for your own professional growth, right? So be confident, don't be overconfident, but be confident, love yourself, do a bit of self-reflection, and talk to people. Don't hesitate to speak your mind and your heart, and you will be sorted. Because I want to see all of you confident people as you're starting your careers. Wishing you all the very best, everyone. On that note, I'm going to end my Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. I hope you enjoyed my session, and please do like and subscribe to my channel if you did so, right? I'll be eagerly waiting for your comments as to how you found it. Yes, and any suggestions on any other topics that you wish that I should do on my Thinking Out Loud Thursdays, happy to welcome those. Yes. So have a nice day, everyone. I'm going to enjoy my balanced coffee. Bye-bye.